The Cabo Six have had a huge weight lifted off their backs when the Federal Bureau of Investigation announced that they have concluded their investigation. They have decided that no charges will be filed. However, this decision has not been received well by Shanquella's family. Shanquella's father has spoken out, and the Cabo Six are left shaking in their boots with the brutal threats he has sent them. Let's learn more about what are the new updates on the case. Shanquella Robinson, a 25-year-old woman hailing from Charlotte, North Carolina, had travelled to the resort town of San Jose del Cabo, Mexico. The town, known for its scenic beaches and thrilling nightlife, is one of the most popular vacation spots for young Americans. Shanquella went on vacation with 6 of her longtime friends from university. The group had booked a week-long stay in a luxurious villa during October of last year. What was supposed to be a weekend filled with fun and excitement quickly turned into a tragedy when Shanquella was found dead in her room the next day. Her so-called friends wasted no time in packing up her bags and delivered them to her parents Bernard and Salamandra in North Carolina. They claimed that Shanquella's death was due to alcohol poisoning after a day of heavy drinking. However, it was only when the results of her autopsy came out her death was suspected to be foul play by her friends. In her autopsy, the cause of her death had been correctly identified due to a severe injury to her spinal cord and a broken neck 15 minutes before her death. Shanquella was a graduate of Winston-Salem State University, and she ran her own beauty and hair braiding business named Exquisite Kids in her hometown of Charlotte. She, along with her friends, a party consisting of 4 women and 6 men, checked into the $2,500 a night Villa Linda 32 at the Puerto Los Cabos Resort in Fundadores on the 28th of October 2023. In a video clip shared by the Neighborhood Talk Instagram account, Shanquella is seen happily joking around with her friends on the day of their arrival. She is seen walking around the villa and asking her friends to get ready fast. "It doesn't take that long to get naked. Where you're all at?" she asks, poking fun at them, taking too long to get ready. This is mostly corroborated to be true by her mother, who spoke with Shanquella on the morning of October 28th. Her mother says that Shanquella seemed to be in good spirits and was excited for the upcoming weekend. She told her, "Okay, enjoy yourself, I love you, talk to you tomorrow," and cut the call. This was the last time she ever talked to her daughter. According to the police report submitted by the Mexican authorities, Dr. Carolina Beatriz Ornelas Gutierrez, a medic from the nearby American Medical Center, examined Shanquella on the afternoon of October 29th at 3:15 p.m. As per the testimony of the doctor, Shanquella looked like she had consumed a lot of alcohol. Although her vital signs were stable, she appeared to be dehydrated and she was not capable of responding verbally. Although the medic had strongly advised her friends that Shanquella be transferred to the hospital immediately, her friends were resolute that her treatment must be continued in the resort itself. The doctor said that she tried inserting an intravenous line to combat her dehydration, but then Shanquella started having seizures. She also noted that Shanquella was struggling to breathe and her pulse had lowered significantly. It was then one of her friends in the travelling party, Wenta Donovan, called 911 and requested an ambulance. At 4:49 p.m, the doctor detected that Shanquella had no pulse and started performing CPR on her. In total, the doctor administered 14 rounds of CPR, 5 doses of adrenaline, and 6 shocks with a defibrillator as part of Shanquella's treatment. She was pronounced dead roughly an hour later at 5:57 p.m, with the cause of death listed as a cardiopulmonary arrest. However, this testimony given by her physician clearly contradicts her autopsy report, where the cause of her death is her broken neck, 15 minutes before she died. According to the statement made by the State Attorney General's Office of Baja California Sur, investigators are busy collecting more evidence to achieve the accurate clarification of events without ruling out any hypotheses. A statement made by Shanquella's family, her body is seen to have obvious signs of bruising and trauma after it was repatriated on 12th of November. The truth behind the untimely demise of Shanquella Robinson came to light when a video showing a naked Shanquella being brutally assaulted and beaten by her so-called friends reached the internet. In a 20-second long clip, a female aggressor is seen approaching Shanquella and she is knocked to the ground before brutally assaulting her with a series of punches and kicks. A limp Shanquella slumps to the ground defensively. Although her attacker is fully clothed, there is no explanation as to why Shanquella is naked. A man who appears to be filming the brutal attack can be heard saying, "At least fight back, something," though it doesn't seem like he made a move to put a stop to the assault. In an interview with TMZ, Bernard Robinson, father of Shanquella, confirms that the girl in the clip is in fact his daughter. He strongly believes that his daughter was the victim of an attack premeditated by the people she thought were her friends. He says, "My daughter's not a fighter. She's not a fighter, not at all." Her mother has also claimed on social media that her friends have stolen about $10,000 from their daughter. The clip of the disturbing attack became viral on all social media platforms, and in the face of unresponsive authorities and mishandling of her case, the hashtag #JusticeForQuella began trending all over the internet. Netizens have been questioning the decision made by the Mexican authorities, who allowed all her travel companions to come back to the United States immediately after the untimely death of their friend. The FBI Charlotte's office has started their investigation into the suspicious death of Shanquella Robinson. The Baja California State Attorney has launched another investigation of their own into Shanquella's death as a possible femicide, a form of gender-based violence. An arrest warrant has been issued for one of her friends, though the identity of the individual remains undisclosed. According to a statement made by Daniel Rosa Anaya, a prosecutor for the state of Baja California Sur, actually, it wasn't a quarrel, but instead a direct aggression. She says that the investigation is being carried out according to proper protocol. Procedures like the Interpol alert and the request for the extradition to the United States are being processed. In early March, the Robinsons family, along with civil rights lawyer Ben Crump, travelled to Washington, D.C., where they held a news conference. Salamondra Robinson, her mother, says, "No one has been arrested. The people who knew what happened to my daughter are living their lives. They have returned to work and my family is left waiting for answers." Quilla Long, sister of Shanquella, says that the process of uncovering the truth behind the death of her sister has been long and disheartening, and she feels as though the government has failed her family. Sue Ann, attorney for Shanquella's case and Crump's firm, says that the Mexican government has concluded their investigation and has sent all the information to the US government, and it is now up to the US government to make a move. Sue Ann and Crump have urged the Biden administration and the Department of Justice to make it a priority to bring the alleged killers of Shanquella Robinson to justice and to provide the family of the deceased with the timely updates on the case. The US Department of Justice has said no charges will be filed due to a lack of conclusive evidence, even after her autopsy has been taken into account. The department added that they have informed her family of the decision and that they are prepared to review and examine any new information that may emerge. The family has been devastated since they heard the news. Bernard Robinson spoke to a news outlet and expressed his frustration and sadness. He says his daughter will be at peace once the US Department of Justice and others involved, the higher-ups, do something to unveil the truth. He says that this decision has put a hole in the heart of a father that even God cannot mend. The difficulties in prosecuting a crime committed abroad are many. While it may seem simple to hope for cooperation, the reality is far more complex and challenging. However, according to Bernard, there is still hope as the case is still open, and the only problem they are faced with is the lack of conclusive evidence. He believes that with time, God will bring forward the required evidence and he just needs to continue for a little longer. He strongly encouraged the US government to move forward with the extradition of the people responsible for the death of his daughter to Mexico and make them take accountability for their crimes there. We can only pray and hope that justice is served to Shanquella and her family to finally get answers to all the questions that have been plaguing them.